Are you a freelancer, side hustler, or self-employed creator trying to figure out what you can deduct from your taxes? Every year, thousands of freelancers leave hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on the table simply because they don't know what they can write off. In today's video, we're diving into the 5 most overlooked tax deductions that freelancers miss year after year. These aren't shady loopholes or tricks, they're completely legal, IRS-approved write-offs that can significantly reduce your taxable income. So if you want to keep more of what you earn and stop overpaying the government, stay with me to the end. Let's get into it. Let's start with one of the biggest and most commonly missed deductions, the home office deduction. A lot of freelancers don't take this one because they either think they don't qualify or they're afraid of triggering an audit. But here's the truth: if you work from home, even part-time, you may absolutely be eligible to qualify. The space you're deducting must be used regularly and exclusively for business. That means it can't double as your guest bedroom, your living room, or a playroom for your kids. But if you have a dedicated desk, a corner, or an entire room that you use just for your freelance work, that counts. So what can you deduct? There are 2 methods: the simplified method and the regular method. With the simplified method, you deduct $5 per square foot, up to 300 square feet. That's a maximum of $1,500 per year. No receipts or calculations needed. With the regular method, you calculate the percentage of your home that's used for business. Let's say your home is 1,000 square feet and your office is 100 square feet. That's 10%. You can then deduct 10% of your rent or mortgage interest, utilities, internet, home insurance, repairs, and more. If you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, that's $200 a month, or $2,400 a year that you could deduct just for using a part of your home to work. And here's the best part: this applies whether you own or rent. As long as the space is used exclusively for your business, it's eligible. Now, let's talk about deduction number 2, and this one is sneaky: self-employment health insurance premiums. If you're a freelancer paying for your own health insurance, you may be able to deduct 100% of your premiums, including medical, dental, and qualified long-term care premiums. This deduction applies whether you bought your insurance through the healthcare marketplace, a private plan, or directly from an insurance provider. And here's what makes it powerful: it comes above the line on your tax return, which means it reduces your adjusted gross income. That can also help you qualify for more deductions or tax credits. A few rules: you must not be eligible for employer-sponsored insurance through another job or a spouse's job. And don't forget, if you're covering your kids or spouse, those premiums are deductible too. This is one of those deductions that adds up fast, and many freelancers overlook it because it's not part of the usual Schedule C deductions, but it's real, and it can save you serious money. Let's move on to the 3rd deduction, and this one's for all the tech-savvy freelancers out there: equipment, software, and subscriptions. Did you buy a new laptop this year? Pay for Adobe Creative Cloud, Canva, Notion, or Final Cut Pro. Maybe you pay for Zoom, Dropbox, stock photos, scheduling tools, or AI tools like ChatGPT Pro or Jasper. Guess what? If you use these tools to run your freelance business, they're tax deductible. The IRS allows you to deduct ordinary and necessary business expenses. That means if you need a computer to write, design, code, or edit videos, it's deductible. If you need software to send invoices, create content, or manage clients, also deductible. The cost of hardware like microphones, cameras, lights, and even your smartphone, if used partly or fully for business, can also be deducted. You may need to allocate a percentage if the device is used for both personal and professional purposes, but a portion of it is still fair game. And here's a tip: larger purchases, like a new MacBook or camera, may qualify for Section 179 depreciation. That allows you to deduct the full purchase price in the year you bought it, instead of depreciating it over several years. Subscriptions, licenses, premium apps, they all add up. Make sure you're tracking them and including them in your deductions. Deduction number 4 is one that almost every freelancer overlooks: mileage and travel expenses. Whether you're a photographer driving to shoots, a consultant meeting clients, or even just running business errands, that travel can be deducted. Let's start with mileage. The IRS allows you to deduct 67 cents per mile in 2024 for business use of your vehicle. That's not just for client meetings, it includes driving to the post office to ship something for your business, picking up office supplies, or going to a networking event. Let's say you drive 30 miles a day, 3 times a week, for business errands. That's 90 miles per week, or about 4,500 miles per year. Multiply that by 67 cents, and you're looking at a $3,000 deduction just from mileage. You'll need to track your miles, either with a logbook or an app like Everlance or Stride. These apps automatically detect when you're re-driving and let you categorize each trip as business or personal. Now, what about travel? If you take a business trip, for example, to a conference, client meeting, or filming location, you can deduct airfare, hotel stays, rental cars, meals, and even part of your phone bill while you're away. The key here is documentation. Always keep receipts and be ready to prove the trip was business-related. If it's a mixed-purpose trip, part business, part vacation, you can only deduct the portion that was directly related to your work. Also note that meals are 50% deductible, and entertainment expenses generally are not. So that dinner with a client counts, but that night out at the club doesn't. If you're not tracking your mileage or travel expenses, you could be missing out on one of the biggest deductions available to you as a self-employed individual. Now, our fifth and final deduction, and this one is for freelancers who work with contractors, assistants, or team members. Outsourced labor. If you paid someone to help you in your business, whether it's a virtual assistant, editor, writer, designer, web developer, accountant, or even a social media manager, that's a business expense you can deduct. Let's say you hired someone to help edit videos for your YouTube channel. You paid them $400 a month. That's $4,800 a year, fully deductible as a business expense. Or maybe you hired a copywriter to help with your sales page. $1,000, that's deductible too. Here's the key. If you paid someone $600 or more in a year, and they're not a registered business entity, you're required to issue a Form 1099 in AC by January 31st of the following year. That's how you report what you paid them and how you legally claim the deduction. You don't have to withhold taxes for contractors, but you do need to keep accurate records and file the forms. You can use services like QuickBooks, Wave, or even sites like Track1099 or Tax1099.com to make it easier. Hiring help can not only grow your business, it can also lower your taxable income. Now, let's take a moment to recap. The 5 tax deductions that freelancers miss every year are: home office deduction. If you use part of your home exclusively for work, you can deduct a portion of your rent, utilities, and internet. Health insurance premiums. If you pay for your own health, dental, or long-term care insurance, you can likely deduct 100% of those costs. Business tools and subscriptions. Laptops, software, apps, AI tools, phones, microphones. If you use them for work, you can write them off. Mileage and travel, business trips, local drives, hotels, flights, meals, all deductible if they're directly related to your freelance work. Contractor payments. If you paid freelancers to help you, those payments are deductible. Just be sure to file 1099s when required. Before we wrap up, here are a few bonus tips that could save you even more. Bank fees, business account maintenance fees, payment processing fees from Stripe or PayPal deductible. Education courses, certifications, books, and even podcasts or paid newsletters related to your work can be deducted as continuing education. Marketing costs, ads, website hosting, email services like MailChimp or ConvertKit, also deductible. Business meals. You can deduct 50% of meals where business is discussed, even solo meals while traveling. And here's the golden rule. Document everything. Keep digital receipts, use a business bank account, and consider using bookkeeping software like QuickBooks, Wave, or even Excel to track your income and expenses. When in doubt, work with a tax pro. Taxes for freelancers can be tricky, and it's always better to invest a little in good advice than to miss deductions, or worse, make a mistake that gets flagged. So, if you want to stop overpaying taxes as a freelancer, these deductions are a great place to start. Make sure you're tracking them, claiming them, and keeping good records. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more smart tips on freelancing, taxes, and personal finance. And let me know in the comments, which deduction surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and remember, every dollar you deduct is a dollar you keep in your business and your life.